The bustling city street is alive with noise, a blur of moving feet and indifferent faces. A cold wind sweeps through the air, carrying the scent of exhaust fumes and forgotten hopes. In the midst of it all, I sit, cradling my daughter Lily in my arms. Her small, fragile body trembles against the chill, and my hands shake as I try to shield her from the world's apathy. I look up, my gaze scanning the crowd, a sea of strangers with empty eyes that pass us by without a second thought. Alex, please, someone. My voice barely reaches above the din. Stops. No one even slows down. Their hurried footsteps fade away, leaving us more isolated than ever. My heart sinks further, each beat heavier than the last. Dead in the mill. I pull Lily closer, her fragile warmth against me a stark contrast to my own cold desperation. A tear slips down my cheek, blurring my vision, but still, I plead silently in my mind. The world moves on, but I am frozen in this moment of unbearable helplessness. I wonder how many see us and just pretend not to notice. How many times has this happened before? How many times have I watched her fade while the world moves on, uncaring? In the distance, laughter cuts through the air, a sharp contrast to my silent cries. I shift my gaze to see her, the woman who once promised to stand by me no matter what, Mia. Elegant, radiant, her laughter a melody of carefree innocence. She walks arm in arm with friends, heading toward a celebration. A celebration I wasn't invited to. A celebration that leaves my child's cries unheard. A celebration that leaves my child's cries unheard. A celebration that leaves my child's cries unheard. The emotional divide is suffocating. My mind reels at the sight of her, her beauty, her composure, a world away from the pain we endure. My heart, once full of love, now feels hollow, shattered by the betrayal of her indifference. She doesn't see us, she doesn't hear us. How could she celebrate while her child sits here, struggling for warmth? For love. I grip Lily tighter, pressing my lips together in a futile attempt to keep the emotions from spilling out, but the weight of it all is unbearable. The world's apathy, her betrayal, my helplessness. Alex, why? I whisper, though my voice is lost in the noise. Why? The question echoes in my mind, unanswered, haunting me in this sea of strangers who walk by as if we are invisible. Mia laughs again, her voice carrying the ease of someone who has left pain behind. A world where love and duty have been replaced by selfish indulgence. And I sit here, watching, feeling the gap between us widen with every step she takes away. The celebration continues, a stark reminder of what we've lost, of what could have been if love hadn't been replaced by apathy. I sit alone in the dimly lit living room, the silence echoing in my mind. The once bustling energy of our home feels hollow now. Every creak of the floorboard seems to amplify the distance between us. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Lily's small laughter should have filled the space, but even her voice has grown quieter. Her fragile form rests on the couch, her condition worsening day by day. The room feels heavy, like it's suffocating us. So, how did we get here? The flashback hits me hard, a picture-perfect memory, carved in time. A time when Mia's smile was brighter than any star. When our dreams were all we needed. I remember the warmth of her touch, the way we used to laugh until our sides hurt. We built a world together, side by side, bound by love and promises. Those moments feel like another life, one I can barely recall. Now the contrast is unbearable. Mia's gaze, once filled with affection, now holds only blame. She's distant, withdrawn into a world of meetings, parties, and social obligations. Her warmth, her understanding, is gone. Lily needs her mother, but she's somewhere else entirely. Every word exchanged between us feels strained. Arguments are sharp, accusations thrown carelessly. Her frustration, once hidden, now cuts through the air like a dagger. I can't do this anymore, Alex, you said the other night. You can't keep up. You don't even see me try. And the weight of my responsibilities grows heavier. I can't escape the feeling of inadequacy. Balancing work, bills, and caring for Lily has become a constant battle, while Mia floats through life as if none of it touches her. Conversations with her friends haunt me. I hear the things she says in passing, how I'm a burden, how my efforts aren't enough. Every word stings, chipping away at my confidence like a relentless tide. I become a shadow of the man she once knew. The evenings are the hardest. I sit in the dark, drowning in my own thoughts. Doubt creeps in, a whispering voice telling me I'm not enough. Not for her, not for Lily. And then I overhear Mia talking to her friends one night. It wasn't meant for me to hear, but it was there, clear as day. Mia's friend. He's broken, incapable of handling even the simplest tasks. Mia, he's not what I signed up for. I can't fix him. It's not my fault. The words shatter me. They come at me like a tidal wave, overwhelming and merciless. My breath catches, my hands trembling as the room spins around me. They see me as useless, a disappointment. The contrast between her perfect life and my reality is cruel. Social media posts of laughter, luxury vacations, parties, I can't escape them. Every smile is a knife to the heart. I scroll through photos of her living a life I'll never be a part of. A life where I don't exist. Alex, and she believes me. She'll be like, it's like I'm invisible. Everything I fought for, everything we built together, it doesn't matter to her anymore. The weight of abandonment settles deeper. Every attempt to bridge the gap only makes it wider. The walls around me grow taller, isolating me further. It's a lonely existence, one where hope is slipping away piece by piece. Inside, I scream, but no one hears. The emptiness threatens to consume me whole. There's no coming back from this. She's already moved on. The late night silence wraps around me like a suffocating blanket. I sit in the kitchen, the dim glow of the clock barely illuminating the room. Lily's soft breathing is the only sound, a fragile reminder of what once was. My mind spins, replaying the moment over and over. The accidental overhearing. Her voice, too clear, too cutting. I should have walked away, but I couldn't. I heard him, the words spilling out, effortless and cutting. Mia's friend. He's weak, always whining about what he can't do. He's holding her back. Mia. That's exhausting. He's not the man I married anymore. He never really was. The air leaves my lungs, their voices pierce through my defenses, breaking down every wall I've built around my heart. Every word hits like a dagger, slicing deeper than any physical wound ever could. Alex, they don't see me. They see a failure, someone unworthy of respect, of love. I sink into the chair, unable to move. My fingers tremble as the betrayal floods through me. How could she say those things? How could they laugh about my failures as if they were nothing more than a joke? They don't see the nights I stayed awake, the moments I tried to fix everything. They see a man who isn't enough. Anyway, the contrast between her words and the reality I've lived becomes unbearable. The lavish trips she posts about on social media, the celebrations filled with smiles, none of it touches me. For her, it's a life of luxury. For me, it's a daily struggle just to hold on to what little we have left. While she shows the world a perfect image, I sit in the shadows, lost in a world that no one cares to see. I scroll through my phone, my fingers numbly tapping through posts of her with friends, flashing smiles that seem so distant from my reality. Every picture is a reminder, a cruel illusion of happiness that doesn't exist for me and Lily. Our lives are a mess. Every smile in those photos is a lie. The isolation is suffocating. My thoughts spiral into a deep pit of hopelessness, a cycle of self-doubt and overwhelming grief. I retreat into my mind, trying to find pieces of myself among the shattered fragments of our relationship. Oh, the once steady foundation of my sense of self is crumbling, piece by piece. Her words haunt me, embedding themselves deeper with every passing second. I used to be enough, now I'm not even close. The night stretches on, but the pain doesn't subside. My inner turmoil is a storm I can't escape, desperation and confusion swirling together. I close my eyes, but all I see are her words, a relentless echo in my mind. There's no way back. She's already made her decision. The room feels colder now, the silence heavier. My heart beats louder, a constant reminder of the weight pressing down on me. There's no escape from this reality, no place to hide from the truth. The mirror reflects a man I no longer recognize, a hollow shell of the man I once was. The streets blur as I follow her, heart pounding in my chest. Every step she takes toward the glittering celebration feels like a betrayal of everything we once had. The anticipation coils tighter, a storm building inside me. Guests arrive in waves, their laughter echoing through the grand entrance. The sounds of celebration contrast sharply with the emptiness I carry. I push through the crowd, my breath shallow, my vision locked onto her figure. I need answers. I need to confront her no matter the cost. The moment I step into the lavish event, the music stops. Silence falls over the room. Eyes shift toward me. Judging, confused, uncomfortable. Mia's friends exchange uneasy glances while exes glance dismissively. Mia, Alex. Her voice trembles, a mixture of shock and defiance. Just don't, not here, not in front of them. My voice shakes with rage, with years of pain that can no longer be contained. The vulnerability of holding Lily close magnifies the stark contrast between her fragile state and the opulence surrounding us. Look at her. Look at what you've done. Just sick. So fragile, and you act like her existence is an inconvenience. Mia's eyes narrow, a flicker of anger crossing her face. She tries to maintain her composure, but her mask slips in the face of my accusations. Mia. I've done everything I can. You can't possibly understand what it takes. Alex, don't even try to justify it. You've abandoned her. She's been fighting her illness alone while you chase the next social high. The words come harder now, cutting through the lavish decorations and fragile egos. The evidence is undeniable. The texts, the pictures, the recordings, all stored in my mind, pressing against every word I speak. You see this? You see what she's done? Their eyes shift uncomfortably, unsure how to react to the emotional storm unfolding before them. The weight of my voice lingers, heavy with accusation. Is it worth it? All of this? Parties, exes, followers? While our daughter suffers? Mia's breath catches, but her defiance doesn't waver. She tries to push back, her voice steady, even as her eyes betray her vulnerability. Mia, you've always been this way, Alex. Overdramatic, blaming everyone but yourself. You never saw the bigger picture. But it's too late for that. The truth has been laid bare, and the cracks in her facade are visible to all. The room feels tense, every glance heavy with unspoken emotions. Guests whisper to one another, unable to ignore the intensity of the confrontation. My breath comes in ragged gasps, my heart breaking with every word she dismisses. Alex. The silence stretches between us, thick with regret and betrayal. I see it in her eyes, the flicker of what was once love, now replaced by something colder. Manipulation. Control. This isn't just a fight for a family. It's a battle for what's real. Holding Lily tighter, I feel the weight of her fragility pressing against me. The room might recover from this night, but our wounds will remain, forever etched into our story. As I turn to leave, I hear a soft voice, breaking the silence. Mia, you've won this battle, Alex. But the war isn't over. But it really is, isn't it? Triumph, the ultimate test of character. Her words hang in the air, sharp and chilling. And for a moment, I wonder what's left of us. What comes next in this twisted emotional aftermath? The room is silent now. Too silent. The weight of my words hangs in the air like an unshakable burden. Mia's composure has cracked, her once guarded expression shattered. The tears stream down her face, falling silently, betraying the stoic facade she tried so hard to maintain. This moment feels heavier than anything I've ever known. Years lost, dreams shattered, and all she can do is cry. I hold Lily close, her fragile body trembling slightly in my arms. My grip is steady, even as my heart breaks into a million pieces. The contrast between my reality and the world Mia has built around herself is blinding. See. Mia opens her mouth to speak, but the words falter. She tries to form an apology, a defense, but nothing comes out. Just a strangled breath, a desperate attempt to reach the truth. Mia, I was lost, caught up in everything, in trying to be enough for everyone. Enough for who? Your social circle? Your exes? Because you've been more than enough for everyone but your own child. Her tears don't stop. They fall like a river, washing away the years of neglect. The guilt is visible, etched into her features, but it isn't enough to mend the pain. Her regret is real now, but is it too late? The room is suffocating, a silent witness to our unraveling. Guests watch from a distance, uncomfortable, unable to look away, yet unwilling to intervene. Mia's superficial world crumbles as she absorbed my accusations. Alex, you can't fix this with tears. You can't erase what's been done. Mia reaches for Lily, her hands trembling, but I pull her closer, shielding her. There's no place for empty gestures now. No. Hey, Mia, please, Alex. I love her. I love both of you. I was just what, too busy, too caught up in your own world? The words burn in my throat, every syllable a dagger. The pain is deep, the chasm of betrayal that stretches endlessly. Her love feels hollow now, a shadow of what it once was. For a moment, it feels as if time itself pauses. The weight of this truth, her failure, my loss, settles over us like a heavy fog. I hold Lily tighter, inhaling the scent of her hair, the only comfort left in this shattered moment. Her tiny hand reaches up, her touch grounding me. Daddy's here. Always. In that silence, between the tears and regrets, a flicker of clarity emerges, a resilience born from heartbreak. Mia's world of superficiality contrasts harshly with my raw, unfiltered truth. This is the poetic justice we never asked for. A love built on sacrifice and truth, exposed in its purest form. For the first time on earth, we unlocked stars and sky. As Mia's sobs quiet, her gaze lingers on Lily and me. The guilt remains, but it can't undo the past. Goodbye, Mia. You've lost something far greater than you realize. The silence feels different now. A heavy, thoughtful silence. After everything that happened, the weight of it all has started to shift. Mia is quieter, distant, yet somehow more reflective. Her lavish world has started to lose its appeal, replaced by a sense of purpose she hadn't known before. There's a shift in her, a slow unraveling of the person she used to be. Guilt has a way of altering even the most stubborn hearts. Mia's voice is softer, less sure, as she steps away from her usual extravagance. She no longer fills the room with the loud vibrancy of her parties or the shallow conversations with her friends. Now she's quieter, lost in thought. Lily sits beside her, her small hand resting in Mia's larger, trembling one. There's a gentleness in Mia's touch that feels unfamiliar, tender in a way that makes my chest tighten. Neither's lawyer, I never saw it, Alex, not until now. Her words hang in the air, weighted with regret. It cuts through me, but not in the way it once did. Now it feels different, an acknowledgement of her failure. Oh, guilt is a powerful thing. It can't undo the past, but it can change the present. The days pass and Mia begins to immerse herself in caring for Lily. The extravagant outings are replaced with quiet moments, nurturing moments. She learns, slowly but surely, how to meet her daughter's needs. Small victories in a sea of mistakes. Watching her, I see the effort. It's genuine, but it's also painful. Every act of care is a reminder of what was lost, of the moments missed. Her redemption isn't about reclaiming what was lost. It's about creating something new, something worth saving. In contrast, my role as a father deepens. With every hug, every word of reassurance, my bond with Lily grows stronger. Her laughter is the brightest part of my day, and it fills the void in ways I never imagined. Alex, you're stronger than you realize, Lily. Her smile is small, but it's enough to carry me through the weight of everything else. Mia watches from the side, her eyes fixed on us with a mixture of envy and longing. In moments of vulnerability, Mia opens up more. Her confessions come in hushed tones, the walls of her ego breaking down. I was afraid, Alex, afraid of losing everything I thought defined me, but now I realize it was all empty, and you've lost so much already. The rawness of her admissions makes her more human, more real. Her insecurities, the fears she once masked with bravado, become the foundation for her transformation. This isn't about forgiveness, it's about growth. She'll never undo the past, but she has a chance to shape something better. The room feels different now. The quiet acceptance has settled in. The tension, while still present, has shifted. Mia's attempts at redemption are genuine, and they carve a new path forward. One where healing and understanding take precedence. We're moving forward, each in our own way, towards something we can't yet define. And maybe that's enough. The room is quiet save for the soft sound of a ticking clock. Mia sits across from me, her hands trembling slightly as she speaks. Her eyes, once sharp with ambition, are now soft, reflecting vulnerability. There's a weight in the air, a shared understanding of past mistakes. Mia, I never meant for things to turn out like this. Her voice is hesitant, the words falling from her lips in barely audible whispers. There's a quiet pain in her tone, a recognition of the damage done. Acknowledgement is a start, but words only go so far. It's in the actions that healing begins. Flashbacks weave through my mind, a series of moments that define the distance between us. The hollow stares, the unspoken betrayals, the silent cries in the dark. Each memory stings, but now they're part of a journey we're trying to piece back together. Every conversation like this is a step toward understanding, but it doesn't erase what's been lost. Mia. Her voice trembles with regret. There's no defiance left in her, just acceptance and sorrow. I watch her, searching for traces of a woman who once held everything so tightly, only to realize the emptiness beneath it all. Ugh. The air is heavy as we sit in silence, memories surrounding us like ghosts of the past. Mia's gaze flickers, searching for something beyond forgiveness. A chance at redemption. Forgiveness? Days pass, and with Mia's gradual involvement, things begin to shift. The once hesitant and fragile Lily now holds her head a little higher. The love and care she receives from both of us create a stronger foundation. Healing isn't just about me, it's about all of us. Together, we find a way forward. Lily's laughter rings out more freely now, a sound that lifts my spirits. She speaks with more confidence, her voice steady and sure. The small victories feel monumental, a testament to the stability that's forming around her. Lily, look, Dad, I made a picture for you. She hands me a crumpled piece of paper, a smile stretched wide across her face. It's simple, yet filled with warmth. In this moment, it feels like nothing else matters. Her confidence is the result of Mia's growing presence, a reminder that even the smallest steps can lead to transformation. Line! We sit together on a bench in the park, the setting sun casting a golden hue over everything. Lily rests her head on my shoulder, her small frame radiating peace. The world around us fades into a serene stillness. It's a culmination. The quiet moments after the storm. A shared journey, a glimpse into renewal. It's beautiful, isn't it? Her voice is soft, a contrast to the fierce woman I once knew. There's a gentleness in her now, a sense of reflection and acceptance. She looks at Lily, her eyes filled with a tender longing. It is. The sun dips lower, the sky painted in hues of orange and purple. For a brief moment, everything feels whole again. A family in the making. Pain lingers, but so does growth. Together we find our way through the mess, through the lost and found, pieces of ourselves.